Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Jay and welcome to the channel, and welcome back to Germany Emergent Biopark here in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Today we're going to be continuing our build by creating kind of my replacement for what I would usually do for a main street kind of setup. So it's going to be like kind of a big plaza, there's going to be a bunch of big attractions and a few shops. That's kind of the vibe I'm going for. And of course we're going to be adding an aviary as well, as you might have seen from the thumbnail. Or not, I haven't made the thumbnail yet, so I have no idea whether that's going to actually make it in. But yeah, we're going to put in an aviary with some tapejara. Of course, brilliant, really great pterosaurs to add really visually striking animals, and probably some of my favorite pterosaurs in the game. The pterosaurs, generally speaking, are all really great, except for the actual Jurassic World ones. I'm not a fan of the Dimorphodon or the Pteranodon designs. I like the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon, that's pretty cool. Not a fan of the Jurassic World ones or the Jurassic World Dimorphodon. That Dimorphodon as well, I'm not a fan of, because in real life, Dimorphodon was such an interesting animal. Like, it had such a unique head shape, which already looks kind of like, you know, really quite cool. And the version we got in the movie was kind of a bit dulled down and wasn't as interesting, I think. So that's just kind of my reasoning for not being as into those animals. But otherwise, besides those two, the Pteranodon and Dimorphodon, all the other pterosaurs are really cool. And I mentioned it before, I really like all of them. Like some of the more, you would say, like technically less interesting ones, like the Marodactylus, still have a lot going for them and are still super interesting. So big fan of those. But today we're including the tapejara because they're some of the most visually like appealing ones. They got some really cool vibrant skins, and ever since the most recent update when we got the species viewer, it allows us to actually kind of pre-select our skins, look at them quite carefully and see which ones look really nice. So that's what I did with tapejara. Found ones which I really liked, and allowed me to plan out, like, okay, I'm going to have a male skin, I'm going to have a female skin for some dimorphism, and it really helps with planning that out, and they look really good, I think. Once we've selected them. The aviary itself is not going to be super interesting, but I think the way it's laid out is quite new, because now we have these perch points for the aviary, which are these big metal structures where the pterosaurs can actually land on them and just kind of sit there and vibe, I guess. But they look really good. I really like how they look. I like stuff like that where it looks like stuff you would find in a zoo. Oh yeah, we keep getting these live capture things and I keep forgetting to do them. I really want to do more of those. So ideally, if we get another one of those, I would like to go and like do a live capture thing. That's for a group of Minmi, which would have been pretty cool, I think. And also the thing with the live capture is it gives us like skin patterns and stuff that we wouldn't obviously select because it's all randomly generated. So yeah, that could be pretty cool. So now keep an eye out for more of those, and hopefully we can do more live capture things in the future. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty much a straightforward build here. Of course, we'll have the live play in about 6 minutes or so. Where you can see I work a lot on these plaza kind of bits, a lot of trees and decorations and stuff, a lot of path work. I really kind of just settled in and did, you know, just kind of went about it and tried to do things that really, basically I just kind of went with the flow of things. Like, there was no planning of any of this. I just kind of put things down and see whether I liked them. If not, I deleted them. I think that's the best way to do it, really, is just to kind of go for it. I know for some people it's better if you plan it out first, and yeah, I can definitely appreciate the way that works. I've done that a few times and it has been helpful, but I think for a park like this where you want organic shapes and stuff, it's better to just kind of go for it and see what comes out. And if you don't like it, you can always just delete it and start again. But while we're doing all this, let's talk a little bit about dinosaurs outside of the game, I guess. So as y'all might have seen, if you're into the dinosaur side of things, there's going to be an amazing new documentary that looks incredible called Prehistoric Planet, releasing on Apple TV in May, narrated by David Attenborough, which is incredible. And I am so excited. It looks incredible. It looks like the true successor to Walking with Dinosaurs we've always wanted. This genuinely looks to be a beautiful celebration of these animals as animals, and I'm just so excited for it. And it was made by the Natural History Unit at BBC Studios, and I don't know if I've mentioned, I definitely mentioned it before because I'm very excited about it, but I do work at BBC Studios right now as a researcher. I'm working in the science unit, which is a different unit from the natural history unit. And in fact, the science unit has also recently released a dinosaur documentary. I didn't work on that one personally, but it's about the Tanis site, which is a really important paleontological site which has material potentially from the day the dinosaurs went extinct. So that's another brilliant documentary. Also narrated by David Attenborough, which is amazing as well. So yeah, David Attenborough, global treasure, that man. Always nice to see him doing some dinosaur docs as well. I know they even approached him back in the day to do Walking with Dinosaurs, but he didn't accept it because he thought it was too speculative at the time. The fact that he's doing Prehistoric Planet, I think, shows the amount of rigorous science that's been put into that series. So I'm just so thrilled. I really hope I get to work on a documentary like that in the future. That's kind of my dream. At the moment, I'm working on some really cool documentaries as well. Just the one actually, but it's really brilliant, and can't say much about it at the time, but it's fantastic. It'll come on a good long while from now. But it's nice to be in this world of documentary filmmaking, and I'm really excited to see where it's going to go in the future. Gosh, if I get to work on a dinosaur doc, I will be over the moon. I'll be so happy. So that is the goal. It would just be the coolest thing in the world. But yeah, I'm so excited for that documentary, Prehistoric Planet. The other one I mentioned that was made in my unit, that's called Dinosaurs the Final Day, or Dinosaurs the Last Day, one of those two. If you have BBC iPlayer, if you live in the UK, you can watch it there. I'm not really sure what the other release schedule is internationally, but if you're in a country that has Apple TV, you'll be able to watch Prehistoric Planet as well. And I actually managed to get tickets for the premiere of Prehistoric Planet, which will be at the BFI IMAX theatre in South Bank, London. So I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm going to dress up. It's going to be a whole thing for me. I'm just beyond thrilled. As you can tell, this is a good year for paleo media. There's so much amazing stuff. Prehistoric Kingdom is coming into early access later this month. Yeah, so we've got just so much stuff to look forward to. If you're into dinosaurs, this is a good year. So I'm very, very excited for everything that's coming up. It's gonna be amazing. And of course, Dominion comes out in July. We're not far now. I've seen there's loads of new images and stuff coming out for Jurassic World Dominion. We've seen the Giganosaurus animatronic for the first time. We've seen some really cool stuff in the trailers and the featurettes that have been coming out recently. And of course, that's going to impact Jurassic World Evolution 2. We're going to get amazing stuff in the game. It's just a good time to be a dinosaur enthusiast or a paleontology enthusiast. It is just the coolest time. And I'm just happy that I get to experience it, and I'm happy that all of you, if you're into dinosaurs just as much as I am, or even if you have a passing interest, I'm glad that you're getting to experience all this just as much as I am. Because gosh, it's cool. It is just absolutely the coolest. But yeah, that's me just chatting about the dinosaurs that are outside of Jurassic World Evolution 2 for a little bit. But yeah, on the screen you will have seen we finished up that little plaza area. We've done the aviary a little bit. I'm really liking how it's turning out. The plants look really good. I'm a big fan of how the buildings all work together and integrate really well. Just kind of doing some random path work here and there, and in a second you'll see me hop into the aviary to do some aviary work. Nothing too fancy, just a bit of a water area in the middle. Lots and lots of rocks, because of course they do perch on rocks, and then some foliage, and then of course the aviary perches. I'm really liking that I'm building with some restraints in mind, like of course now we're building with the dinosaur requirements on, and power as well. We need to think about where we put, apologies for that, I just had a little bubble in my throat. And we also have to think about where we're putting the electricity points and stuff. Also, that car just got stuck in those rocks, and ever since I got rid of that car, the Suchomimus territory has expanded tremendously, and which means it can escape somewhere. I don't know where, but they haven't done it so far, so fingers crossed that they never do that. But yeah, that's it for this episode, really. There's not an awful lot else we're doing on screen. Again, just seeing the foliage being put down in a second here. That's all the perch points. As you can see, I love those. They just look so cool. Very much something you would see in an aviary of this scale. So yeah, we're going to hop into the live section in just a bit. Of course, we're going to name our, I believe just our Kentrosaurus from the last episode. Again, apologies, by the way, just for how long it's been since the last one. Plans to, of course, we had new DLC, and I've been caught up with a few other things at work, so just didn't have as much time. But now we're getting back into it, and hopefully we'll keep this up. I'm really kind of excited to keep building at the moment. Sometimes I do have like moments when I lose the interest a little bit, but usually it comes back pretty fast. I'm really a fan of these bamboo sticks, by the way. They look really cool on the Aviary. I deleted a few to make it a bit more even, but I think it looks really, really nice. Yeah, with that all being said, I'll hop into the live play now, so see you in just a sec. Okay, so here we are in the game. And you can see this, of course, is a brand new kind of plaza area. Really loving how it all looks quite lush and quite leafy. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is the fact that you walk down this plaza and you're just staring at the back of this building over here. I love the details, by the way. Frontier puts in so much detail into the little things, I think. Like, you can look into this window and you can see an office over here with a desk and everything. So well done. And the backstage areas always look so nice. Maybe if I have some time, I might put in like a bit of a barrier here so it's less obvious that that's just the back of a building. But otherwise I think it looks really nice. Keeping with the nice orange, bright orange colors, I think it looks quite nice. I might change up one or two to be match the blue of some of these. But for now I like them. Got a couple little restaurants here with the tables and chairs. Otherwise, yeah, everything's looking pretty good here. And of course, here's the aviary. We'll pop in there in just a sec. First off, we've got some dinosaurs to name. So here's our Cretaceous meadow, looking really, really nice. So first off, we have 29 evergreens. I think that's how you say it. You would like one of the Cretaceous named Kara, which is really nice. Let's give one of the little baby ones. You can be called Kara, which is very nice. Next up, we have the wee actual, who wants to name a Cretaceous Janensk. I think that's how it's pronounced, who was the person who named, who discovered the species, I believe. Janensk, which is really, really good name. Thank you very much. Who is next? Hydroraptor, thanks as always for your comments and suggestions. Always love hearing it. Cretaceous name Anguirus, after the kaiju from the Godzilla films. Anguirus was always my favorite kaiju growing up. I remember, like, I just liked his vibe as like a little, kind of like almost like a sidekick to Godzilla, I guess. It was always fun as a kid watching the old Godzilla movies or playing the old Godzilla games, and I always loved playing as Anguirus. It's like meant to be like an Ankylosaur armadillo kind of guy, I guess, the vibes. We got a couple more name suggestions. Oh yeah, for you, from Baryonyx King, Kentro named Pierce. That will be an adult. Unfortunately, we have got both adults' name. We can name this one Pierce because, you know, he'll grow up one day, hopefully. And finally, Christoph wants Kentrosaurus named Spike. Actually, have we named every one of them? I think. Do we have one left? Yes, we do. So this one's going to be named Spike, which is very appropriate. So that is all our Cretaceous named. Before we go into the aviary, how's about we hop into ground level and we walk around this new plaza area. Oh, that's lovely. I love this shot. This is so nice. I'm actually going to hop into Ansel right now and take a screenshot of that because I quite like that shot right there. Really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that shot. Actually, that might be the thumbnail, so who knows? That's just a really nice photo. Gosh, it's so nice being at ground level, looking out at the vista, and just really, really cool. Big fan of that. I like that we can walk down here, see people sat down here having a meal, maybe. What? There's Jurassic World Evolution posters inside the building, and that's the posters for the first game too, I think. Is it? I can't tell. But yeah, that is so funny because like. That's so meta! Oh my god, they've completely broke the fourth wall there. Incredible. But yeah, that's really cool in that building. We have rock climbing over here. Again, the interior still looks the same, but that's cool. I've been going rock climbing a lot recently. I'm a big fan of indoor climbing. I do bouldering a lot, so that's what I've been doing recently. You know, trying to get me to a slightly higher level of fitness because I'm not a fit person at all. Yeah, walking past here, we can walk along the back of the building. Here's one of our electricity things. I can't remember what they're called actually, but they eliminate the need for pylons, which helps a lot. There's a bush in the path. That's not great. Here's a nice like eating area. You can go in here, get a juice. You could get a juice of some variety. Come out here and sit on one of these lovely little tables. Look at these gorgeous rocks. go on a lab tour in here, which would be super cool. I imagine this would be like something you'd see in the first Jurassic Park, where you have a seating area and they kind of take you through the process of how they make dinosaurs. Here you can buy what is that, a croissant? A fish? Coffee? Is that no, it's a fish. Yeah, it's a fish of some variety, so yeah, go buy an entire fish. But yeah, that is it for the guest area, and of course now we can check out the aviary. I put in some of the aviary display things. Of course we don't actually have Pteranodon in here, but I like the Pteranodon sign, it looks pretty cool. I imagine this might just be advertising an aviary somewhere else or something like that, but it looks really nice. I like this aviary sign as well, very cool. And these like kind of modern artsy pterosaur things are very nice. So let's check out this building. And there they are, there's our Tapejara. I went for a slightly redder skin with a more vibrant crest for the males, and for the females a less vibrant crest. But yeah, it looks really good in here. I think they look absolutely brilliant. Such cool guys. Oh, there's a few sitting above us actually. That is really cool. I love that. I wish the camera would allow us to properly look at them. But yeah, really nice. Let's check out the other view, and then we'll go back into the above ground, the third person view, and properly have a look inside the aviary. Here's some little fountains in the seating area with some gift shops over here. Let's head further up. Again, more of these little modern art pterosaur things, and back into the building we go. They don't seem to be using the purchase at the moment. I haven't actually seen them use the purchase. There might be one using it just out of view over there actually. They seem to prefer, oh, I got out of the building by accident. Let's head back in. But they do seem to prefer the rocks for the most part. There goes the Tapejara. It looks like, you know, with the size of their head, you would assume they couldn't fly, but, you know, they are, with all these pterosaurs, they are incredibly light boned, like they're hollow boned, and they're all aerodynamic in their own ways, and the crest must have weighed so little at the end of the day. Like, despite how big pterosaurs got, even the biggest ones would have been quite light for their size, because they would have had those hollow bones, and they would have just needed to be light so they could fly. Yeah, there goes one over there, sitting on the rock. And that's about it for what we can see on first person mode, so let's hop into above ground mode, and let's go into the aviary to have a closer look at some of our animals. As you can see, I really like these bamboo poles. They look quite cool, I think. Let's find some of our pterosaurs. This one over here. So we have about, is it 8 Tapejara to be named? So 9, we have 9 Tapejara, so do you put name suggestions down in the comments below? I love this purple patterning. This is kind of the so-called male pattern I would put in here for some dimorphism. And then for the female it'd be something like the one back here, which is just a little bit more tame. Something like what you'd see in a lot of birds, of course. But they are still such interesting animals to look at. Just so bonkers and really interesting, I think. You gonna get a fish, buddy? There you go. Hey. Tapejara are more likely to have eaten kind of like seeds and nuts in real life, but I imagine fish wouldn't be out of the question at all for any pterosaur really. Let's see if any of them are actually going to sit on the perches. I really haven't seen that happen yet so far, but I love the perches, and I know they do work. I've seen other people post videos and pictures of them using it, so maybe the Tapejara just don't like using it or something. And tell you what, actually, while we're here, I know the Tapejara also like Tropiognathus, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it dislikes Tapejara. So what do you like? It dislikes Tropiognathus. I know there's something in here that likes something else. Oh, Geostenbergia like Pteranodon. We could put another animal in here. I'm thinking maybe the Pterodactylus. We could put in like one Pterodactylus or something. Or like 2 of them, perhaps. Yeah, let's put in 2 Pterodactylus. And we'll just randomize it, why not? Just to add a bit more interest to the habitat, like just another species. I think that would be pretty cool, so yeah, let's do that. We'll just fast forward time. I think a couple Pterodactylus would be pretty cool. So we have Gambia River Basin with Calcarana and Blank. So let's go Calcarana and Palophylax. And here we go. Let's release it. I always love the music, by the way. Let's hear that. Oh, they're very green. Oh my gosh. They're super green.
Honestly,
Oh, there's Lambert going off on his usual thing about being worried about safety in all regards. Are you going to use the thing, or are you just going to fly above? You know what? The bright green works. It's a bit garish for my taste, but still, it's alright. Doesn't look awful. Okay, Lambert. We get the idea. Come on, man. Okay, finally. And there he goes, sitting down here, all nice. I like the little white stripe. It's kind of like a mint ice cream of some variety. What's the other one? This one's, I think I prefer this one a bit more. Color's a bit more interesting. Yeah, there they go, sat together. Really, really cool pterosaurs. And there's the Tapejara. The size difference isn't super obvious here. They look almost the same size. I know like some are much larger, of course, like the Tropiognathus and stuff like that. But yeah, that is it for today's episode. I hope you've all enjoyed that. I really enjoyed building for this one. And I'm looking forward to, you know, building more in the future. We haven't finished our African section, of course. These are all African dinosaurs. And we'll probably have 1 or 2 more African habitats over here, just in this side. And then we'll continue and build other habitats, maybe European section or South American section over here. And then, of course, we have this entire beach area to build on, so plenty of space left. So, yeah. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Name our 9 Tapejara and our 2 Tropiognathus, our 2 Pterodactylus. And, yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great week ahead of you. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!